What's up, guys? This is MadSquash924 here. Welcome back to Call of Cthulhu, Part 8.
No.
We are here
I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
inside of the Hawkins estate. Thank you, Pierce, for elaborating that we need to talk to Bradley and Colden. And we escaped the asylum, and from there, Bradley and Colden apparently helped us get free and escape the clutches of the Doctor? So it seems. I guess this is now our secret base.
How do you feel?
Shitty.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
I need a sippy. Sippy time! Hell yeah. The hell's on our arm? We have a little tattoo, I noticed. Interesting. Interesting, very interesting. I don't remember seeing that tattoo there before. Like, take a look at that. Over in the lower right corner of our arm, our forearm. Yeah, there is something there. I don't know what, because we can't actually see ourselves at the moment. Not a big issue. I guess let's just talk to everybody. What's up? I'd like to be in a... There we go. That seems more appropriate.
How's a fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the Force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Okay, let's see. We can talk to Bradley, talk to Colden. With the Haminder, I might be onto a lead, which is technically true. But we're gonna go with the occultist route. Why? Because it's rad. Sarah Hawkins was the object of a cult.
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
What they had to endure might be onto a lead. We can talk to Colden or talk to Bradley. I mean, we talk to Colden, I suppose. Okay, so there's objects of stuff in here. Okay, so did Fuller find Riverside? Sarah Hawkins was committed. This is true. We did find this out. And what about on Bradley's side? You and Dr. Colden. You did see Charles was alive. And our medical knowledge is not very good. So, let's go to Colden and ask about Hawkins being committed.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
I'm not sure.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
I saw dead bodies. I mean, this is technically true, but I don't think she'd be surprised, honestly. You can talk to Colden. No, I doubt it. They're not like an item. Should I even ask that? No, probably not.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell
By a
me
bunch of
how
weird
Mr.
bullshit.
Sanders died.
You wouldn't even believe us if we told you, to be fair. Some sort of crisis. Something he called the Shambler, to be specific.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree.
Right.
She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Let's stay prudent or better not to confront the truth. I don't think she needs to know immediately right now that her husband's dead. She probably knows that he went to the asylum. But the only thing I fear is if we tell her, it might lock some things up, or otherwise she would be kind of open about some things. So I actually will go this route, I think. I don't know if it's the good route or the bad route. I don't know what route's good. But as an investigator trying to solve this murder, and if we can make less complicated issues as possible, minus the Cthulhu bullshit, then we probably should, you know?
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay, and we got some stuff. Dr. Fuller. Let's take a read of his biography. Dr. Fuller, age 52. His occupation is Riverside Senior Physician. Dr. Fuller reigns as the undisputed master of the Riverside Institute and of its cellars, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I don't know what he has done to me, but I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. This man is dangerous, in fact, and I swear that he knows more about all this business than he's willing to tell. That's probably possible. Talk to Sanders' widow. Excuse me. I guess we leave. I'm guessing this is the front door. I don't remember where the frickin' front door is, but... Alright, the Sanders residence. Pearson, Colden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to the widow about the Shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Yeah, so I don't even want to mention at all that her husband's dead. I don't even know if she knows that that he went to the institute, the mental asylum. We don't even know that much, so we probably shouldn't jump into these conclusions and hurdles. That's probably going to make things more complicated for us as an investigator. And it's just not... It's not the best, you know? Other matters, Pierce is getting crazy. He's seeing some strange bullshit that he can't explain already. I mean, that's kind of what we're going for. We are going the occultist route, of course. So, who knows? And we do have our investigation up another point. Apparently there was a point that I didn't invest, and I definitely did that. Whoa, you hitting that fast, buddy.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders?
Hi.
I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
This is creepy.
However,
I
before
don't like
we
it.
go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
What's up, cat?
You know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave
Very
detective
briefly.
has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me. You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later. Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Great. I kind of feel uneasy here, actually. Especially with all the weird painting bullshit and just the weird layout of their house.
When you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Okay, so here's the new thing I'm thinking. She already knows her husband's dead. Okay, so it could be he died screaming right before my eyes. I was no longer there when it happened. We are taking it quite well. She is surprisingly taking it quite well that he's dead. Maybe she gets a lot of money from his death. I'm not sure. But I should mention this.
I
think.
expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body, and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Oh, I share your grief, but I had nothing to do with this. Ooh, and we are not eloquated enough to get away with that. I definitely am not that good at that. If I go that route, I imagine she will attest and think we are lying. The true culprit is Fuller. It wasn't me who sent him there. Let's go this route. We are suspecting Fuller of doing some horrendous things.
So ask Fuller. He's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you. You'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way.
Sorta.
But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Oh, well... Should we just tell her about the Shambler? Oh, jeez. I guess. I mean, we didn't really disclose the nature of how he died. That he died, and we weren't involved.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Well, I'm not overly eager to see it. I'm trying to get some knowledge of everything, you know? And we do get some new stuff. Oh, and we have a CP. Look at that. Just invest it into our investigation. One more, and it's completed. And we'll be very proficient in it. However, from there, I'm not sure what we should get. Probably a mixture of everything minus Spot Hidden. Because Spot Hidden will just be on the lookout for things, you know? Now, Irene Sanders, the wife of Francis Sanders, and deceased, unfortunately. She's 41 years old. His occupation is none. It's clear that she holds Sarah Hawkins responsible for the death of her husband. But what I don't understand about Irene Sanders is this mix of sadness and insensitivity. It looks like she has been given up on her husband long before his horrid death in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. Clearly. Why do I have this? There we go. Hell yeah. What does this solve? Seems like a puzzle. Perhaps.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Oh, that's weird looking. Look how normal Francis looks over there on the left. A photograph of Sarah Hawkins next to the Sanders. They must be close. How close? Oh, I guess we'll find out. Well then. Investigation mode. Activate, baby. What do we have here?
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
It's quite possible. Let's check the piano.
A house of artists.
Great. That's very lucrative.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally
I guess this
won.
is where the painting was.
Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Who knows?
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
I am not sure. So, okay. Did we get everything? I don't think we did. Must be more. Ah, the painting itself. Why did that hurt me? Oh shit. What the hell? How the hell?
The Shambler.
Oh,
I need to see it.
do I? Did you just see that vision bullshit what just happened? Okay. At the Sanders. Cross-checking the information given by Francis Sanders and his widow, it is possible to reconstruct the events that led to the interment of Sanders. Everything points to Sanders and Sarah Hawkins being close, linked at least by the interest of the collector showed in the artist's work, but more probably by a certain friendship, attested to by the repeated refusals of Sarah Hawkins to sell the painting called The Shambler. Against all expectations, she finally gave it away for free. The feelings still shown by Irene Sanders towards Sarah Hawkins are evidently derived from what she considers to be the artist's responsibility. Madness struck Sanders a short while after he gained possession of the painting. I wonder why. Apparently, the painting is a bunch of bullshit. What else is around? Now that we're snooping in our house. Ugh, don't like that. Jeez. Bravery of Medicine, Tome 2. This is the second volume in the series, covers everything from gas gangrene to trench nephritis. In addition to a precise and detailed study, the book presents some avant-garde theories. The incredible complexity of this book reserves it for medical experts. Heck yeah, medical up, baby! What's in here? Nothing. I like how it goes from, hey, I'm just gonna go into find this painting too. I'm gonna snoop in your house. A lot of snooping. And she doesn't seem to care so far. As long as, wow, these paintings are weird. Unique and weird. Guess it's the things to come. Some of them are very cool looking. That one's pretty abstract looking.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Okay. An audio recording that Francis Sanders left for his wife, Irene. Interesting. Ah, here's the phonograph.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes.
That's weird. So what you think?
I can't take anymore. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, we have some knowledge to in here as well. Here we go. Very good. Is there anything behind
Did she
here?
really
There
care
was.
for him after all?
Letter of refusal. Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his interment, you sign a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you. Thomas Fuller. Full of shit, you mean? Yeah, totally. He's so sorrowful. I don't like how that's here. We had to use those for hiding earlier. Oh, we can just listen to it again. Interesting. I think we're good. What's in here? Decal is what's in here. Where's Kat? What the hell is she doing? There she is. Snooping around in the house too, huh? That's fair. We do a lot of snooping here. Dissertation on an anatomical question. Is it the work of a student in book form? Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. However, the questions asked allows us to imagine new ways of exploring the human anatomy. More medicine. Very good. Get medicined, boy.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
It almost looks like a dream catcher, kinda. An ancient amulet, probably a Meridian. I wonder what's purpose it could be. I don't know, but we stole it. It's ours now. And our cultist went up. So we have 65 in our cultism and 22 in medicine, which is good. And let's just go over here. Doot, 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 boop, boop. There we
I
go.
could use one of those.
Sleeping pills. I found these sleeping pills in Sanders' house. Were they prescribed to Francis Sanders or to Irene? Don't know, but he stole those as well. Why? I don't know. We need sleeping pills. We got tired.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Yes, we did find that out. Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Your friend, Sarah Hawkins. Hell yeah. Well, obviously he didn't heed her and didn't care
Another
enough.
volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
I didn't see the other ones. This volume spends some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that Reverend congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She's scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. Okay. Knowledge. We found it. And a clue. Very good. Is that it? Nope. Hey, I was able to get it open. That's surprising. Key to the Sanders Gallery. We do need this. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna look through this book. Would you read the book? Yeah, why not? Oh. Malus Bestiarium, Volume 2. It is a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Well, this is a lovely little book, isn't it? That really messed us up. That's not good. We went up to 70, and our sanity is shaken even further. Malus Bestiarium. Pierce read an ancient treatise, the Malus Bestiarium. This bestiary makes an inventory of numerous creatures from the occult world, or parallel dimensions. The very nature of its knowledge makes it an unholy book. By reading it, Pierce lost some of his sanity. I mean, not like we were trying to go like the full crazy route anyways, you know? Oh, and we actually got some knowledge right away. Dimensional Shambler. I guess this is what the Shambler looks like. The Dimensional Shambler comes from the dark and inhospitable dimension, where the rarity of food sources keeps it in a state of permanent starvation. This is why it is in a constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the veils of your dimension, otherwise you'll risk attracting this very creature. Should this happen, you should have to lay eyes upon it for being to anchor itself in your dimension and allow it to rip you open with its claws. Extract taken from Malus Bestiarium by Abigail G. And the Malus Bestiarium. Men will gather the knowledge through the lines dictated to me by the great old ones, but also in other volumes. The visions that assail me whisper my names and silhouettes of my mystical creatures. Soon, the Malus Monstrum, repository of all anatomical, cosmic, and dimensional knowledge, will be seen as authoritative work. This book, unholy among the most cursed books, will one day be the final rampart between man and predators that are waiting to devour him, hidden behind the veil of parallel dimensions. The extract is also taken from the Malus Bestiarium by Abigail G. And we got a key. Key to Sanders' gallery. Key to Sanders' own gallery. Francis Sanders must possess quite a collection of art for him to have his own gallery. Oh, and some knowledge. There was knowledge we also missed. Let's go back. There we go. Great. In fact, I think this is probably a good spot where we can end today's episode. And on the next episode of Call of Cthulhu, we're going to talk to Cat. We are going to go into this gallery and I guess look at the Shambler painting? Or whatever the hell's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're getting crazier by the moment and it's just going to be a wild ride, I can tell. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think of today's video. And what you guys would have done different if you were in the possession here of Edward Pierce. And if you're new to my channel, or even watched me for a little while, but you haven't done so for any reason, and you're interested in this Let's Play, feel free to subscribe to me, MadSquatch924, over on YouTube. And don't forget to ring the bell to get notified of my latest and future videos that come out. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye, everybody!